You guys see that even Xi Jinping said some shit about the Ukraine war. He said like Russia may have overstretched or something. He said like Putin may regret it, may end up regretting it. Which is crazy because they've been rock solid on this. Dude, it's kind of crazy how Xi been aura farming a little bit with these meetings because Trump shows up, glazes him, and then next week Putin shows up and Putin was glazing him. Putin doesn't really glaze. But you watch the videos coming out of the event and Putin's like learning Chinese phrases and he's like talking about how our meeting is like 3 autumns or whatever. You're kind of glazing him, bro, because I think he really needs him. Legit question, is there any realistic route to opening Hormuz? Where the rest of the world or China, can they take it? It's interesting because China is the most directly impacted, but they've also prepared themselves the most. But I think China has said, and I believe this, they would prefer Iran to not get a nuclear weapon and to have the Strait of Hormuz open. They would prefer that. However, they also are noticing that their biggest geostrategic rival, the United States, is hurt more by this than they are. So they have no interest in like coming in to save the day. Like they want it to end up there, but they have like no interest in like using their leverage over Iran to pressure them into making a deal. I think they're just waiting. The reason Hormuz hasn't opened yet is because neither side has been hurt enough yet. That's the honest answer. And that includes America. Like neither side has felt enough pain to make the hard choices of changing. So they go to these negotiations and neither of them are willing to budge. Iran's economy is horrendous right now, but their pain tolerance, like if it was like, it's like pain and then pain tolerance. And like this is Iran, this is America, and then this is American pain, a little bit shorter, and this is Iran pain. I mean, it's more like this, you know? It's like, but like they have more room here. That's the thing. And since neither one of them has hit this moment, nobody's forced to back down. Like they go to these meetings and they both aren't budging on nuclear enrichment, Hormuz access. And so they just talk past each other. And the only way they're gonna change that is if somebody is in more pain. That's the truth of the bargaining. Why does the U.S. such a low pain tolerance? Structurally, this is a democracy thing, but structurally democracies have a lower pain tolerance in general because Trump ostensibly has a midterm coming up and Americans fucking hate high gas prices. They hate the inflation and they're fucking pissed at him, which makes him eager to get a deal. The other thing is like Trump gets bored pretty quickly. Like he clearly thought this would be over weeks ago and now it's fucking dragging on. So that's the level of pain tolerance, but we're not there yet still. Like they're not yet at that level because, by the way, walking away is painful. Walking away and leaving the Strait of Hormuz under Iran with a toll is very painful for U.S. stature, prestige, signal to its allies in the Middle East. It's painful for the currency. And so they don't want to walk away. And then on the Iranian side, you know, maybe the pain tolerance for the regular people, I don't know, but the leadership is like, if they walk away, if they give in to America on something, well, then they're fucked. Like their whole fucking system is based on them being the antithesis to what's happening. So it doesn't benefit them all to give in. So they can take a lot more pain. And obviously there's no election that they're fucking waiting for. This is about soaring inflation and plummeting economy tests Iran's ability to withstand war, which is true. But then there's this follow-up piece. Iran can afford it. They're on a war economy. I don't think America would be able to take the level of inflation they're experiencing right now, but they can take it right now. It's a war economy. You find it surprising other countries haven't involved themselves? UAE did behind the scenes. The UAE actually did some strikes that didn't get covered or reported. If Trump loses the midterms, what do you think will happen to the Hormuz stuff? I don't know, bro. Here's the thing is like, it's not about Trump anymore. It's not about Trump as much as that seems crazy. It's like there was this tension in the air that Iran always knew they could blockade Hormuz, but they never did it. I mean, listen, I made a video a year ago talking about how oil prices could go over 100 if Hormuz gets blockaded. And I was saying it as a theoretical exercise. But like everyone always knew that it could happen, but they never did it because they were afraid if they did it, well, what happens to us? They might do military strikes on us. They might kill our leader. When you do the first strike and you kill their leader first and you do military strikes, well, then they have nothing to lose and they do it. And when they did it, they realized, oh wait, this is actually kind of easier to hold than we thought. Using drones and the threats of boat strikes. Now that the cat's out of the bag, now that the genie's out of the bottle, they can't really go back. Now they've realized it's a fucking money printer. So there's no way to go back, essentially. I mean, maybe with the right deal. I don't know. I mean, again, I think the biggest credit to that maybe going back is that China really wants it too. China would like Strait of Hormuz to be open, and they are the sole buyer of Iranian crude and they like sell them weapons and they have a lot of leverage. So Iran will have to listen if China says that. And eventually, yeah, if the toll is big enough or expensive enough, people will just eventually find alternatives. They'll make pipelines or whatever. They'll try to make a canal, yada, yada, yada. The block hurts all parties. Yeah, I mean, everyone wants it open except for Iran, but it's their leverage in war, so they're using it. So we'll see. I don't know, bro. I don't know how it plays out. I do know that it's like a bigger fuck up than they thought going in. We're now like how many weeks into this war? They thought it would be 4 max. What do you think the best deals from Hormuz? It's interesting because one of the deals I thought they got offered was pretty good recently, which was like, you don't even have to give us your nuclear enrichment material. You just have to give it to Russia. Like, bro, Russia will give that shit back in 2 seconds once we're done. Is the war not more expensive than a $2 million toll gate? America doesn't have many ships that go through Hormuz. It's not like we're worried about paying the cost of the toll. It's more like the lane was open. Now everyone else is paying a cost of a toll. They're mad. And our power, I didn't fucking start the war, but American power looks impotent because they couldn't get it open. And so it makes allies in the Middle East question, like, why are we in these military alliance deals with the bases and we're paying money for weapons contracts? And like, there's like this guarantee of protection. And that's why we price our oil in dollars and all. You know what I'm saying? If you can't impose your will militarily in this situation, then what's the point? So what you're saying is America committed a global party foul. That's not really what I'm saying. I mean, he did release today that they're like, it's just crazy. I don't know how many times they can run the same fucking gambit on Hormuz, where he keeps saying, we got a deal, it's over, now we're gonna have open, and it doesn't happen. And they've done it, like, it's almost comical. Quite a number of times now that we've done the exact same thing. The exact same, like, will they or won't they? And yeah, I mean, each time the market is less believing in it. But someone's making a trade every time. If it keeps people buying the Trump phone, they'll keep doing it. You think the Iran war was a strategy to sell Trump phones? You think this is all part of a master plan to upset Apple at the top of the Apple cart of phones? Interesting. And it's working. I've seen Trump phones everywhere I look. It's awesome. We even halfway through this term, what else is going to fuck up? That's why I'm hopeful for the midterms, bro. He can't be running wild like this. Dude, 1 year of him running wild is like so much damage. You know, there's this guy, you guys ever heard of Francis Fukuyama? He writes a book called The End of History in 92. It's basically after the Berlin Wall fell and the Cold War is over. And he's like, basically like, yeah, democracies and globalized trade, and that's it. We solved it. It's like, this thing's kind of just gonna run. And then he interviewed recently and he was just talking about how like, yeah, he's like, first of all, I was wrong. It's not really what the book's saying. You're right. It's not really what the book's saying. That's sort of how it's been taken. I don't want to make it seem like he was 100% incorrect, but definitely his thesis has changed. Anyway, he says he's wrong, but he also says he could never have predicted the amount of damage done from within. He was talking about in this 1 year. It was just an interesting look. He was just talking about this past year from his mental model of the world is like such an insane amount of damage. And like, he's talking like the structure of alliances. He's talking about, you know, currency powers, trade power, all that stuff. It's all being destroyed. Do you think all the talk of ending Iran war is just Trump trying to dump stocks for the market sakes? I think the talk of the war is to try and keep oil prices from escalating. There's people insider trading on it too. People within the president's circle or his family or something, because there's massive oil bets placed every time. But it's called jawboning is the idea. And jawboning is like trying to use words to accomplish what your actions could not. And it's big in politics. Central bankers do it all the time. And you're trying to talk tough. You're trying to act like things are better than they are. But it's a short-term solution at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't change the facts. Like, if fewer barrels of oil are being delivered or fewer fertilizer is being delivered, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's material impacts. You can only hide it for so long. And again, you know, right now it seems bad, but it's not nearly as bad as it's going to be once we stop draining the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Like 14 countries are draining their oil reserves. I think China's doing it too, bro. They won't say it. Hashtag drain the strait. Fucking yes, dude. Finally someone's saying it. Drain the strait. You once said that Biden selling off the oil reserve was the greatest oil trade of all time after you were initially skeptical of it. But lately you leave that out and describe yourself with some uncertainty. Help me understand. Yeah, I can answer this question. The reason I am more negative on it, although it's much worse now with what Trump is doing the petroleum reserve, is that he never bought it back. Biden dumped the Strategic Petroleum Reserve when prices were very high. And then oil prices got very, very low. And I was like, damn, well, that was incredible timing. Like, he perfectly timed it and now he can refill it, but then he didn't refill it. And so it's not a great trade anymore. It's just probably waiting for lower oil. They got lower oil.